Hi, and welcome to another episode of Dungeons and Degrees. My name's Adrian,
And I'm Alex.
and today we're with Yuri. Yuri, welcome.
Hi, that's
Hello.
me.
Yes. I had the pleasure, me and Alex had the pleasure of meeting Yuri at GenCon. I've seen Yuri around in similar spaces, just never had a conversation. So I'm just glad to have one on the pod, but also in person. You were so great rooming with, and just you a very positive vibe. I know the first 2 days you were working, uh, like doing GM stuff, but it was really nice to see you around near the end. So it was fun. It was a good time.
It was definitely a good time.
Yeah, you were like crazy busy.
I ended up GMing 20 hours worth of games on Thursday and Friday and didn't have time to breathe until Saturday when I got to actually hang out and talk to everyone. But it was a great time. I was so dead by the end of it, but 100% worth it.
Um, how did you get into like GMing at the con? Did you contact someone? Did you ask? How did that go about?
Yes and no.
Hmm.
Um, I've been GMing for a very long time, but GMing at cons is very new to me. As in, like, this year was my first time doing it. I ended up getting asked by a friend, Janelle, aka Boss Jellybean on the internet, who is making their own game called Safe Mode Disabled. And they were asking some of their friends to help them out and GM the games at cons. And I was like, sure, that sounds fun. I'll do it. And that is how I ended up GMing at Gen Con. Right after that, because that was obviously like months in advance, right? You got to plan the whole thing out. Right after that, there was another friend um, who was looking for someone to replace one of his GMs at San Diego Comic Con because they were GMing in Spanish and the person couldn't make it in the end. And this was literally 2, 3 days before the con. And I was
Jeez.
like, yeah, geez, indeed. I was like, you know what? That is an hour and a half away from me. I have people I can stay with there who've got family and stuff.
Hmm.
I'll fill in. They're like, cool. Here's your badge. Here's everything you need. I GM'd 3 different games, so that was insane trying to prep for. And 3 days later, I'm GMing some D&D Adventures League at San Diego Comic Con, and it kind of just happens. Um, that's the way a lot of things happen to me in my life. A lot of the cool things I get to do sort of just happen. I stumble into them. My friends rope me into them. I'm a very, uh, I say yes to a lot of things. I'm a firm believer of just saying yes to things, even if I haven't
Hmm.
done them before, if I don't really actually have a reason to say no, you know?
Hmm.
And yeah, 3 days later, I'm jamming at San Diego Comic Con. And between that and Gen Con was the following weekend. So that was two
Yeah,
weekends back to back, which was insane.
absolutely insane.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to be doing that. Clearly didn't sleep enough. Um, and then I ended up getting reached out again uh, in that sort of week by Monty Cook, who was also looking, still trying to fill in because they had a lot of slots that weren't filled in. And I was like,
Hmm.
I'm already going to be at Gen Con GMing. I'll just pick slots that are not when I'm GMing Janelle's game. Sure. And that's how I ended up doing 20 hours worth of games in 2 days. Uh, but yeah, so that month was my first time GMing at cons, and it was a lot.
Just
Just went full
full,
in.
yeah, deep end. Just
Absolutely.
went for it.
Absolutely. That's wild. In a
Yeah.
week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, all within the span of 2 weekends. I enjoyed it so much. So, 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 so much. I've never been one to play with like strangers.
Yeah.
Usually the most quote unquote like strangers I'll get is on my learn to play games because I run a lot of those like personally, where I teach people how to play D&D.
Hmm.
But even then, it's like I've talked to them beforehand and we set up times and stuff like
Right.
that. And I've never been in that situation where you just have somebody just sit there and I have no idea who you are. I don't know where, you're anything. And it was
Play
so
style and all
exciting.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so, so exciting though. And I definitely am going to keep, I think, GMing at cons because I enjoyed it so much.
Would you do the split differently, like on what days you do games and stuff like that?
Probably. I think 2 p.m. to midnight, 2 days in a row. It's not the smartest thing. Uh, in my mind, I
Hmm.
said half of the con I'm gonna work it, half of the con I'm gonna enjoy it. Right? And it
Right.
sounded like a good idea. And, you know, on paper it sounds great, but
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
physically doing it and doing 10 hours in a row with just like a half hour break here, 15 minutes between tables to just stuff my mouth with some sort of,
Nutrition.
edible thing. Yeah.
I didn't even think
Was
about that,
just
that
not
you
it.
probably, yeah, had so little time between games
Hmm.
in order to do 20 hours in 2 days.
Yeah, the people over at Monty Cook were so, so amazing though. They had a whole corner of the room sort of blocked off with like cubbies and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and had chairs for us and food for us and all sorts of stuff. Uh, because I was staying so late, they were like door dashing stuff for themselves, and they were like, "Hey, you've been here for a while. It's almost midnight. Do you want something?" And they were ordering food for us, and we felt very appreciated and very well taken care of. um so I did get, it wasn't hard to just go sit down for my 10 minutes while stuffing my face because it was all right there. They were very,
Right.
very nice about it. So 10 out of 10 would do again. Spread out a little bit more, absolutely.
Gotcha. It's totally understandable. What's it called? I just remember you showing up like after just like I just finished my day and I'm like I've been hanging out for like the past 4 or 5 hours.
Oh yeah, getting back to the Airbnb after midnight and everybody's just chilling and I'm
Dude.
dead. I'm like, I
Yeah.
just need a little bit more sustenance and then I'm gonna go pass out. Thank you very much.
Yeah. It was a nice experience because I've only been to a con with Alex, so meeting everybody there, um, and just kind of getting to know y'all in person versus just like, I've had conversations with Johnny online, but having conversations Johnny in person, experiencing Johnny at full ADHD was
Sight to
just,
behold.
yeah, a sight to behold, as well as just like very, uh, I want to say charming. I don't, but I like it made me feel homey. Like it felt like this person's real, has these things about him, and now that I know it and I've experienced it, I feel a lot closer now, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it's definitely so different. In my very brief time doing APs, I've met so many people. And it's
Hmm.
so, so different making a friendship online, even if you do get to video chat and play games together and all that kind of stuff, versus getting to hang out in person. Not only do you discover what the lower half of their body looks like, but there are so many things just about you as a person that don't come up or don't show while you're
Right.
doing
Yeah.
TTRPGs or doing things like this or even just sort of hanging out in voice chat, you know?
Yeah.
Um and so it's those little things that make a whole person,
Yeah.
and you get to see that. And yeah, like a lot of the people that we stayed with, and a lot of the people we hung out with were people that I sort of knew online. Um, I had never really met many of them in real life, and you feel so much closer very, very quickly. We got comfortable real quick, real fast.
Oh yeah.
um, but it's different and it's so much fun. And then going from that back to this, back to doing stuff online, it feels different, you know, with those people. But I
Yeah.
am very happy we get to do that. I'm so glad. I wasn't a person that went to a lot of cons, and now the only reason I started going to cons was because of the friends I've made in the space and because I want to see them and hang out with them. Um, and I'm really happy that I did and that I'm doing this because it's so different and it's so rewarding and it's so much fun. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know it's really overwhelming because Adrian and I talked about the room, the the Airbnb, the just
I was down with it. I just threw myself in there.
sheer number of people.
Alex
And
said, "How many people? 10?" And I'm like, "Yeah. I mean, we had like 6 last time. I'm like, what's a couple more?"
I don't know, but after those last time, like that 6 or our 10, I would do it again. I would stay with the group that we had again, and that even like led me to we had some last minute plans change when we went up to New York, and by we I mean I went up to New York. Curtis couldn't come with me because he had the COVID.
Oof.
And I ended up staying at a hostel because I
Wow,
was
at
like,
your old age?
at
Damn.
my
Brave.
ripe old age, I was like, let me just stay with a bunch of strangers, which was fine. I'm sure it was very much like Yuri's experience of like, I'm coming in pretty late and everybody's already sleeping, so let me just creep through and
Yeah.
not
Let
disturb
me try
anybody.
not to wake anybody up. Yeah. Just do my thing.
Let me
But-
walk through 4 people.
But it's so different too, I think, because even though me personally didn't previously know some of these people,
Mhm.
my friends that I did know and that I trust knew them and sort of vouched for them. And so it felt very safe, right? Like going into that space because I know that, all right, everybody here is a good person. Everybody here is cool. Why? Because the friends that I do know have vouched for the ones that I don't, and I trust them,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And so it's very different than just yeah, like a hostel experience. Absolutely.
Straight up strangers. That's okay. You know. I
It is
agree
what
with
it
that
is.
because even we had Adrian's or Adrian's Ian supposed to come in,
Oh yeah.
and it was one
Womp
of those
womp.
like, oh yeah, no, Ian's the coolest person, like absolutely, like please everybody agree because like yeah, they're so great. And it's really neat seeing like that trust in real time happen. Like, hey, I trust you as a human to bring these other humans in. And because of that trust, we
Right.
have this big like con family now. It's so cute.
I had sorry.
Getting all excited
I
about
was
it.
worried about bringing anybody in because like I felt like the friend, like someone that's kind of like loosely related to the wedding, inviting somebody else to have another +1 invited to the wedding kind of thing. And I'm like, this feels weird. But as soon as Whitney saying like, oh, I know that guy, we're mutuals, I'm like, woo, okay. Someone knows this person that I really like and hang out with. So
Yeah, and a
It's
lot
not
of
just
us,
your
even though
fault.
we hadn't met in person, a lot of us, I think we were all mutuals on the internet, or we had, sailed like ships in the night past each other on the
right.
interweb somehow. And sometimes I think, holy fuck, there's so many people that do this, so many people in this space, right, that I didn't realize was a thing. And then I realized that almost everybody is connected in some way. Even if I don't know you, one of my mutuals does, right? And then it starts feeling really small all of a sudden.
I feel like like the more I know people, this like the closer it feels like. But every time it feels like there's like a new player out there that is getting into the space and then starting their own thing, and I'm just like, I feel this feels like it just keeps growing and growing as a
Yeah.
as a good community should.
You know, man, like I said, I've been GMing for a long time, but I wasn't online. Like in general, I can't technology very well. Um, so I didn't start watching my first AP or even realize that there was such a thing as people recording their games for other people to watch until, oh man, it's been a while, probably around COVID. Yeah, 2020-ish.
Hmm.
And that's when I started watching my first APs. And I then from there it went to these, I didn't know this was a thing, to these big productions. Oh, these people have so much money, they're famous, all of this thing. And so I didn't think like normal people could also do it
Yeah, a bunch of
until
normies.
yeah, until literally last year was the first time that I realized, oh, people just do this. Uh, and then from there, from not knowing that this was a thing and this existed at all, going into just deep diving into this community and realizing, holy shit, there are so many of us. There are so many projects. There are so many games. There is so much. And just, swimming through it and enjoying it has been, I don't know, it's been pretty cool. It all happened so fast.
What got you into TTRPGs?
It I got in pretty young to D&D. Um I didn't know anything else existed. I didn't know what TTRPGs were. Sort of found a book at my local library, which is where I spent 90% of my time in my youth. And I was making it a point to, oh, by the end of this year, I'm going to go through this entire wall type of thing. Escapism was my thing. I was barely getting into like video games, but I had already been really ingrained into like reading. Found a book, decided I wanted to play. I come from a very small, traditional, old school conservative farming town in the middle of buttfuck California. And so finding people to play with was very hard. Not just because it was the whole, oh, it's, devil stuff, but because whoever did play, they were all boys. It was all white boys. And we're like, ew, you're a girl. You can't, this is not for
Boo.
girls.
Boo,
D&D's not for
hiss.
girls. It'll go play dolls or something. Goodbye. Uh, And so I decided, well, if you're not going to let me sit at your table, I can make my own table. I can do that. And so the first time I ever played anything uh, was me GMing my own campaign that I had made. And I had like those 3-inch ringed binders full of things because I liked books so much. I was practically writing a novel here. I didn't know modules were a thing and pre-written adventures existed until years after that. So that would have been easier, but oh well. Work with what you have.
We're here now.
We're here now. It happened. I'm very glad like I started with my own stuff. Um
Hmm.
yeah, and I did that for a very long time until again, very recently. I think it's been like 5 years or so since I discovered, oh, this is a whole genre. It's not just a game.
Right.
And started learning about all of the other games and started sort of branching out. I've got yeah, now I've played more systems than I can reasonably count, which is very fun. And I love it so much.
Who? Go ahead.
No, I was waiting for you.
No,
I was no,
I was
I was.
wondering.
It was you.
Okay, okay, okay. Alex had sniped a question right before this one, so I'm like, okay, okay, okay. Um, your first character that you made, was that a NPC or a player character?
Because I started GMing a homebrew game as like the first game ever, my first
Mm-hmm.
characters were definitely like the important NPCs of the world. I had, I don't know, I went through all of the monsters and everything. And like I said, basically wrote like a synopsis for a novel. And then wrote out, okay, who would the main characters, like, in this world be? The most important people. And I wrote those out and uh, described them and the personalities and went like full in. And it was, I don't know, because I've always wanted to write a novel.
Mm-hmm.
And so it felt sort of like the first steps of doing that. And then with my players trying to figure out what their characters were was so much fun because they had all of these ideas that gave me ideas. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's where you spent your childhood? Bet. All right, here's a new region. Now here's some more main characters and what's going on. And it was really collaborative storytelling before I realized or learned what collaborative storytelling was. Uh, the my first time making a warlock patron is probably one of my favorite NPCs I've ever made. And it is from that very first campaign. One of my players wanted to be a warlock. I was like, this sounds so fun. Yes. Uh, and that character ended up, yeah, just being a character that has sort of transcended that first campaign and will get together and they will play one shots with those characters but older, right? So a couple levels
Mm-hmm.
higher, they've lived their lives and it'll be like little beach episodes and that character sort of keeps coming back. Um and has been a character that then influenced one of the first player characters that I made in this space. Is sort of based off of that one.
Okay, but wait, tell us about this warlock patron, please.
So essentially, it's a devil. It was a chain devil who had been captured, and this little kid, like 10 years old, had no magic. Um, this thing where the this devil was captured in had been used, had been lost, very much sort of like the ring from Lord of the Rings, right? It was very important. And then somehow in a war and things like that got lost. There's this little kid who lived in a fishing village, which was one of my players, who was from a fishing village. He was a little normal kid, no magic, no nothing. And when some monsters attacked coming out of the ocean, he had been playing on the beach. He fled into what he knew to there was a nearby little like cave where they used to play in. And so he flees in there and gets essentially like chased uh, into the cave by these monsters. And this kid is like 10 years old. And it is when he is about to die, essentially, at the hand of these monsters, that he hears the voice. A very thin, very weak voice telling him to just keep, even if you have to crawl, just keep going and pick me up. And he hadn't even noticed that there was anything there because it was buried under like dirt and that wet mossy algae that you get on the seaside. And he picks it up, and it sort of turns into this sword. And he thinks it's a, oh my God, I found a magical sword. But no, alas, it was not just a magical sword. And so she asks him, do you want to live? And, you know, the little boy's like, you will tell me what to do. It's like, well, I need you to be brave and fight and then take me with you. Um, and so the little boy did, and a warlock uh, contract was formed, essentially. She gave him some abilities in magic, obviously, as warlocks do. And he then made it his mission to find a way to get her out of there. After some talking, and when the boy was old enough, the sword told him that, hey, I'm not just a talking sword. There is somebody trapped here, and I want you to help me. And so this boy goes to magic school at the capital, where now he's older, right? Goes to Magic University, basically, which is at the capital, where he meets the rest of the party. Uh, and all of them are wizards and sorcerers, and they think he is a sorcerer too. They do not know that he was not born with magic and is instead getting it from uh, this entity, which he doesn't find out is actually a demon until very, very much later in the story. But by that
Mm.
time, there had been a bond there. He grew up um, with her, and he trusted her. So it's like doesn't matter where you are from. Like, you have been good to me. You're the only reason I am alive. I will free you, essentially. And yeah.
Were there any implications on that whole story? Where, I mean, I feel like there's a million ways you could take that, right? But like, how did it actually play out?
So the demons had been captured to be used as batteries, essentially, by some very, very bad people in a war that happened a long time ago. And it was demons are just not very well looked upon in the world. And so he couldn't really tell anybody what he was doing, and had to figure out a way to ask for information and to learn things without giving himself away, because then they would have just taken the sword from him and destroyed it, because there is a demon inside of it. And so the whole campaign, one of the other players was a paladin from the Queen's court, who 100% would have gone to the Queen, because that is sort of, what he has to do to keep the realm safe. That is his whole job, and would have 100% gone to her. And then again, he would have gotten the sword taken from him and gotten the demon destroyed with the weapon. And so having to navigate being in a party and not being able to be entirely upfront with your party was very fun to watch. Um, Especially because as he got stronger, so did she. And she began being able to sort of influence his actions a little bit. There was a whole lot of wisdom rolls involved. And he, like, him having to hide what is really happening to him, um, was very, very fun. In the end, the party all finds out, but by that point in time, they had been traveling for so long, and there was some sort of mutual trust where the paladin didn't just give him away right away. Um, it was like, as long as she is not here, it is okay. And so, whether I, tell and get her destroyed, or you manage to tell her to leave once she is out of the sword, you know. But if she chooses not to leave, I will kill her, right? And And so it was a whole party dynamics were really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, getting to play the character and be the little voice in somebody's ear, one of
So
my favorite
good.
things to do. It's so different. Like you get to say a lot of things and do a lot of things and have so much power as a GM, but as a warlock patron, it's an extra sort of level of influence that you have over this character. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I really, really, really enjoyed it. It's so much fun. So
Oh
much
yeah.
fun. I've been sort of looking, like I said, to do a similar character but as a player character. And I ended up making a necromancer wizard for a somebody's heroes. It's called The Fowl of Tauliva, and it is a multi-table game that we have going on. One of them is like the world leaders. It's called the Raven Court, and it's all the world leaders sort of behind the scenes moving chess pieces as like they do. And I've made my character called Morwen Senatore, to be very similar to that warlock patron, and she has amassed enough power to now become a warlock patron to some of the players in the other tables of the campaign. Um, and so it's very fun. Just being sneaky and, trying to mess with things behind the scenes and having secrets and all of that kind of stuff. I enjoy it so much. So
Watching your
it's been a real
players
good time.
get that reveal is so good. Their reactions,
Yes,
their expressions.
that's honestly one of my favorite things about GMing is when you are able to elicit a genuine reaction from your players. Because especially I think in APs, it's sort of expected to like act a little, right?
Mhm.
And so the character that you are playing might be surprised or sad, but that doesn't mean that the player themselves is. But there's sometimes when you see it that you elicited a real emotional response from the person. And it is
Yeah.
so satisfying as just a game runner to do
Hmm.
that. And this campaign of mine went on for a while. Uh they were very attached to their characters. Somehow nobody died. I am so uh very nice. But at the end, the last session that we had, when like they knew this was the last session, like all of them cried at the table, sort of narrating to me because I asked them what becomes of them. What do they do with their lives now that the war is over and they can
Hmm.
go back to their lives and live it? Do they choose to do that? What do they do? And as they were going one by one and telling me what their characters did, there was tears absolutely everywhere. And it was them who asked me to run one shots, sort of in the future, little beach episodes for their characters of things that they wanted their characters to do, but also sort of wanted to experience.
Right.
And it feels so rewarding. It really does, to know that your like your players want to stay in that world that you've created for them. You know, it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually attempting now, 6 years later, to take all of the notes that I made on that campaign and all of the notes my players made on that campaign, because I have all of them, and end up actually writing a novel like I intended it to do so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been thinking for a while on what I was going to write, because I knew I wanted to write a novel. Uh, and it sort of always ended up coming back to that particular adventure. And so yeah, it's been hard compiling all of the notes into something that makes sense. A
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of Google Docs. So the actual writing of the novel hasn't actually begun. It's just me separating places and people and writing notes on all of them and the characters themselves and all of that. And I know it's going to take a while, but it's something that slowly but surely I'm trying to do, and I'm very excited about it.
It feels like a full circle kind of thing going on right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely full circle thing. Cuz writing, like I said, when I was young, I
Mm-hmm.
lived in the library. And so I sort of always wanted to write a novel. Never knew what it was going to be of. And then finding and playing TTRPGs sort of gave me what, like, the basis of it. And now I'm actually writing, and it's been a journey. It really has been a journey. But hey, we're here now, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be here now. So,
What's your favorite section at the library?
Ooh.
oof, I when I started reading,
Mm-hmm.
I started really young. And so I was only allowed certain sections of the
Right,
library.
right, right.
I loved like high fantasy, epic fantasy. Epic fantasy just sort of took my heart right away. It got to the point where some of the books that I was reading weren't available in our little elementary school library. And so our librarian would borrow them from the city library so that I could read them. Um, and yeah, 100% epic fantasy. I have read now so much more and sort of expanded. I read a lot of lit RPGs. I read a lot of sci-fi. I read a lot of historical fiction, all that kind of stuff. But I still have such a soft spot for epic fantasy, um, and also because it ends up being what a lot of my games ended up being, and it
Mm-hmm.
informed so much of like my world building and my character making, and it's been with me since the very beginning. Um, and so I will read a whole lot of other stuff and always insert like epic fantasy book or high fantasy book in between as a palate cleanser. I can't not I can't be without it for too long. Um,
Okay.
and it's sort of translated to games too, where I um will play a whole lot of different genres of games, right? Done superhero games. I've done psychological horror games set in the modern world, right? Vampires.
Mm-hmm.
But I always keep coming back to those like fantasy games. And even if I do a lot of one shots and other things, if anybody asks me to be in a fantasy game of any type, I will usually really try to make it work because I have a soft spot for them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'll always come back to like D&D. It's what I know the best. Um, I know D&D is a combat system, not much, meant for storytelling, but because I've been playing it for so long, and I know it inside, outside, upside down, and right side up,
Mm-hmm.
I feel very comfortable sort of making it work for whatever I have in mind. And I know that there are better systems out there for the kind of story that I want to tell. But it's
Hmm.
just this is the system I'm the most comfortable in using to tell stories. Um, but who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe
you literally
I'll
went
find
from
something
like
better.
reading it to GMing. Like
Yeah.
you did what majority of us will not do. Just
I
absolutely
think
not.
I think that was part of what really drew me to want to play was because again, reading a lot of epic fantasy as a little kid, you use that as escapism. You picture yourself in those worlds. Maybe not as the main character, but it's like, oh, if I lived in that world, I would also have a dragon, and my dragon would be blue, and it would be this, and it would be that. And then I found there were some games that, like the choose your own story games, where it was like flip to page 43. And then at some point, like, if you make this decision or this decision, then flip to this page instead, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it went from that to realizing, oh, I can make my own story. Okay, I'm gonna write one. And then finding D&D and being like, I can live my own story. I can play through it, like literally be in it. Um and and so it felt like a very natural progression for me. Um and I think that's why I've stuck with it for so long too. It just yeah, it became something else that I could get lost in, but have so much control over it and make it whatever I wanted it to be, which is not something that, you get with books a lot. You can choose your genre, you can sort of narrow it down and all of that, but it's very different being able to live in the stories, uh, changing the ending if you don't like it, all that type of stuff, bending the rules a little
Yeah.
bit. They're all
Hmm.
just suggestions after all.
Yes, absolutely.
I do love that because as somebody who also very much lives in library books, and I love what you said about being able to actually change and bend the story and like have a little more control. And I think we keep coming back to this idea that even in any TTRPG, like you have the ability to reverse time or to replay an event with your people at your table, and you have that added adventure of like we're doing this together. And so
Yeah.
my ideas might be great, they might be good, but like all of our ideas together is something so much better and so much more memorable. And like it's why we keep coming back and playing these silly little games.
Absolutely. Like I said, I had binders of that homebrew campaign, but it didn't really become a story worth writing down for others until I played through that with my friends. And they added so much to it and to the world, and their decisions literally shaped the story, even though I was the GM.
Mm-hmm.
And so this draft of a book would not exist if it wasn't for their input and them sort of leaving pieces of themselves right in this
Hmm.
story. um and as a GM, it is something, it's very rewarding to see something that you've planted a seed for, and then seeing your players really buy into it and water it and nurture it and see it become something, um, by like working together, and it's like it wouldn't look the same if any of these players was swapped out with somebody else, right?
Right,
um,
yeah.
and so it creates something unique, um, and no, it's very fun, sort of also getting hit with things that are unexpected. There
Oh
was a
yeah.
lot of moments where I thought things were going to go a certain way, and they very clearly did not. But things like
That's
that,
just being a
it's
GM.
so fun. And a lot of GMs, like, I think, have a picture in their mind of this is the way things are going to go, right?
Right.
But there's something so enjoyable about having your players live in your story, right? And make the decisions that they're gonna make. And all you can really
Mm-hmm.
do is just tell them what happens next, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so it, like I said, it creates something so unique because I wouldn't have thought of that because I'm not them. And they need therapy. But they thought of so many things that I would have never thought of. But it's like the story as a whole is so much better for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Totally get what you mean.
Yeah.
Straight up calling your players out.
Yeah.
It's
But
okay.
it's true though. But it's true though. They need therapies. Someone help out the children.
I mean, if anything, you clip this and then you just send it to them. Just
Oh
like,
my gosh.
hey guys, by the
Dante,
way.
kill up that.
No, I didn't say it.
No, you're right.
It's fine.
um I really enjoyed having you uh accompany me to a kind of a media thing for Dungeons and Dragons. It was a good push because usually Alex is the one freaking out and nervous, so I have to be calm. But Alex wasn't there, so guess what? I was the nervous one, afraid to do anything. And guess what? Yuri was there
I
and
was.
helped me. Yes,
I
and helped
think
me push me to interview people and stuff like that.
I think what's so funny about that is literally something that I just said was a lot of the really cool things that I get to do just sort of
Mm-hmm.
happen, or I just sort of
Yeah.
get dragged around by my friends. And that is exactly how this happened.
Yes.
Was it planned? No. Was I supposed to be there at the Wizards what was it?
It was like media day event
Yeah.
or
The
something like
Wizards of the
that.
Coast. Yeah.
Mhm. Like, was I supposed to be there at the Wizards like media event? No. Did I know it was happening? No. But I was there with Adrian, and he was like, "Hey, well, we've got nothing to do. You want to come with?" And I went,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
"I don't know where we're going, but yes,
We're
cool."
going to this shady building all the way across campus.
And I had literally only met you in person like a couple hours before that.
Yeah.
We
Listen, we
had
had
just
time.
arrived at the airport. We were hanging out at the airport because we did not have
Mm-hmm.
the key to our Airbnb yet, and we were the first
Oh.
ones to arrive. We're hanging out at the airport. You're just like, we have time. We're not doing nothing. I have an event. You want to come with? I said, sure. Why not? And then on the way, asked him what the event was. And he was like, oh, it's a D&D thing. I said, cool. I like D&D. All right, let's go.
I
And
knew
then
it because you played it, so there was the context clues.
sure. We arrive at this very nice historical building, and there is a person on a table with a list of names. And I went, "Oh, okay. This is official. Got it." He was like, "Hey, I asked if I could bring a +1. Here she is. They took my name down. Okay, cool. Go
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
on an elevator, come out, and holy shit, this place is beautiful. And oh my god, are they serving hors d'oeuvres?" Like,
Which was surprising to me too. But I'm like, all right, pleasantly surprised. And drinks and things
and
like that. It was
yeah,
good.
cocktails and things. And I thought Adrian knew what was going on, but he didn't. And I was like, well, neither do I. So I know less than you do, and you don't seem to know very much. So we'll just figure it out.
It's true. I don't usually know anything.
But
I
it
was
was fun.
nervous. I was
You
nervous because
were.
it was like, okay, cool. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm seeing people with laptops typing out their reviews already. I'm like, was I supposed to bring a laptop? I don't even own a laptop. I only have a desktop. What am I doing here? Um, and we saw Ryan run
We
DMG,
did.
so
Mhm.
it was very nice to like, okay, a familiar face.
Yeah, Mr. Dandy
Oh,
DM
look,
was there.
I've seen you guys on the TikToks.
Hmm.
That oh my gosh, I don't
Yeah.
even. Tales of Evantris was there, like talking about their Kickstarter and stuff like that. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, here we are. We're just gonna do the damn thing.
Yeah.
It was
It was
fun.
very fun. Yeah. I at first sort of was like, all right, well, I'm being brought in as a guest. I don't want to intrude. You do whatever you need to do. I'll just be sort of tagging along behind you and politely nodding at people. Okay. And then halfway through the event, I'm like, oh, he's nervous. He's okay. You know what? My extrovert sort of I'm the type of extrovert that like adopts introverts. And so after I saw like he was a little nervous and he's like, "Well, this is what I'm supposed to be doing," is what he told me. And I said,
Yeah.
"Okay. All right. Well, who first?" And he's like, "I don't know." I was like, "All right. I'll pick someone." And then we went straight to Anjali Bhamani.
Yep. 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 She was so
uh
nice.
she's so sweet. Every time I meet her, she's so sweet. But I sort of hijacked um I sort of hijacked
I was
like the
fine with it.
pod. Essentially just hijacked the channel for a little bit, and I was like, "Hi, my name is Yuri. This is Adrian. We're with Dungeons and Degrees. uh I know we just all saw the presentation. Would it be okay if we ask you a couple of questions on your thoughts about it?" She was so sweet. She was like, "Yes, of course." And then I just like, "Here you go, Adrian."
Yeah.
Say things. Do the thing.
I
I
said
I
stuff.
started it.
Yeah. 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 You initiated, and it was very good for my mental because I was like, I don't want to intrude. They look like they're busy, blah, just over and over in my head. I'm just going too many things, and
Yeah, it do be like that sometimes.
yes, I work well with other people freaking out because then I have to step up, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. You have
That's
the parent anxiety.
yeah,
As
but
Hmm.
soon
then
as somebody needs help, you are.
I
Right.
lock
It's like
in.
Yeah.
I will be an anxious mess. But if somebody else is an anxious mess, I'm not allowed to be an anxious
Mhm.
mess. I have to be there for them and do the
Right,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't get
So
that.
yeah,
I
I know you do.
don't.
You're just you said, yeah, I'm just not ashamed of anything. When you were just like, I'm also yeah, I'll go talk to anybody. I'm like, okay. That's
Yeah, I was
crazy
like
wild that that's how your brain works, but okay.
I was like, yeah, I lack sort of, the shame portion of the brain. So, you need me to do it, you know what? And it was also sort of me being like, hey, you invited me to this event. I wouldn't be here experiencing this and getting all these cool freebies if it
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
for you. So, I'm gonna help you out. Like, it's the least I can do is to help you make
The
this
least
go
you could do is
smoothly.
nothing. You could have just like drowned.
I can't. I would like physically not be able to do that, really. I have a conscience, Adrian. It wouldn't have let me sleep. They gave me dice. I can't. I need to work for
I
the free stuff.
no, they're free. You just said yes, and there were so many bags at the end when we were leaving. They had so much left over.
I know.
I'm so
Part
sad
of me
I
wanted
missed
to
the
take another.
dice. You should have
Yeah,
taken another.
we were
But
thinking we should have. They wouldn't have missed it. There were so many of them.
No.
No.
that's okay.
Yeah, no. It was. I was glad to have Yudi there to assist me. Otherwise, I'd be like sticking to like probably Ryan I'm like, have you ever done this before? I'm afraid. Help me.
Ryan is a force to be reckoned with as well. Like, just complimenting our friends on the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Also incredible.
Tall as hell.
Tall as hell.
Yes. Oh my gosh. There was Adrian at some point was talking to 3 other men who were all very tall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over here sitting at 5 foot flat. Like I'm 5 foot long, you know? And I'm just looking up like, okay. Like,
You know, one of those
hello,
airplane pillows.
it me. What's up? How you doing?
Hey guys. Oh no.
But
You hold
it was
yourself very
fun.
well. I don't think anyone was thinking, oh, look at that short individual.
Yeah, no. I think it's always after I mention it that they're like, "Oh yeah, you're short as hell."
I don't know why.
It's like you
I'm
don't
not.
talk like a short person. You don't give like little person, short person vibes.
You don't
You
have
give
short
like,
person energy.
yeah.
It's even though I've seen Yuri, I in my memories, Yuri's not that short.
No. In
Yuri's
people's,
yeah.
and if you think back, imagine it again. I'm perfectly average sized.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 6'2".
5'10".
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't know.
Then you see me again and you're like, "Oh, was she always this short?"
Oh, ooh, Yuri's got a bad back, lounging down like that. Jeez.
I'm little,
Full
bro.
shrimp.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm little. But I'd be wearing like them like 2-inch platform boots and standing up straight as hell. Doesn't help much, but hey.
I remember seeing you talking to like these 2 guys at at the lobby, and they're just like taller than me, and you're just like talking to both of them, and like these like giant men. I'm like, I know she's okay, but part of me's like she's in danger. Like
I
you just got the energy that says
appreciate
I would
that.
kick someone's kneecap off, if they disrespect me.
You're not wrong. And I appreciate, honestly, I really do appreciate that line of thinking so, so much. Like, you have no idea. Um, but,
I didn't. I still don't. No, I'm just kidding.
but yeah, I've been told that I carry that energy. We were hanging out with also at Gen Con, for lunch on Saturday, I think, with a couple of people. And it was like Sean and Johnny and Mika and
Hmm.
like Sam and a whole bunch of very, very amazing people who half of them also met for the first time in person. So grateful. Um, and Sean from Help Action Needed was
Hmm.
they were doing that vibe check TikTok trend where it's like looks like a cinnamon roll is a cinnamon roll. Looks like a cinnamon roll could kill you. Right? Looks like they could
Yeah,
kill
yeah,
you is
yeah.
a cinnamon roll. Looks like they could kill you, would kill you. And it was I think it was a unanimous because people were voting on other people. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't say what you were. It was just sort of the vibes you give off.
Hmm.
And it was a unanimous looks like a cinnamon roll could kill you. And I
Yeah.
was like, I
I
I
concur.
agree. I concur. Like I would beat a motherfucker up. Like yeah. I don't
I'm
want you to
trying to
know
think.
I can beat you up, but yo, I've taken judo. I can and I will,
Hmm. Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
But it was fun. It was a good time all around.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I didn't get to hang out with you, Alex, as much though.
That's because I'm a sleepy girl. I sleep. I can't be up at midnight like that. I don't have it in me. You know what? But I'm the 7 a.m. crowd. Give me the 8
I
a.m.
can't. Oh my gosh. I literally, I would wake up at like 11 and then everybody's gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like
And
11.
it's just,
There's crazy.
yeah, and it's just me and Andy of Margot Mods.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, hey. I'm like, hi. It's just us.
That
Good
was
morning,
the best
sunshine.
impression of Andy, though.
It really was.
She's just sitting in her bed with her laptop.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
They're so great. So great.
So sorry.
So sweet. It was so
Andy, I love
funny.
you so much, but like,
We love you so much, Andy. I swear.
the call-up post.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so I will, you know, even for streaming, like I usually refuse to be up before like 9. And that's like we have to have no other time we can do this.
Yeah. Emergencies only.
Emergencies only.
Break class only in emergencies.
But I will be up very late, and I'm so productive in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot wake up with the dawn as much as I would like to. It's just, man, I really can't. Like, I don't know how you do it. Like, I really don't. That's insane.
Teacher. It's the teacher.
There's not an option. And I don't know. I can get really sleepy in, but if I sleep in, I still go to bed early. Like, I'm just...
Yeah, no, you have your internal clock, like, ingrained in you to where your body just does it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. I struggle so much. I struggle to get up, and I struggle to go to bed. I just struggle all the time.
Everything's
Get on
a
board to the
struggle.
struggle bus.
Yeah.
No, I
you.
knocked out so fast every time I got home. It was so good. Put on my little ASMR.
I would love
Knockout.
to tell you that was right, but you were sitting at that table. Listen, there is knocking out, and then there's like, I need to go to bed. And you, Adrian,
Knocked
given the
out.
opportunity, will sit at that table as long as there's somebody present.
Yeah.
You
Oh my
do
God.
not abandon the table. You are not
Why
allowed.
would I?
No.
FOMO.
That is so true.
No.
Because I don't remember which night it was, but a lot of us were sitting at the table just talking about so many things we talked about that night. And Adrian's literally like trying so hard to stay
Kid at
awake.
Christmas.
And
Just
he's
waiting
like
for his
nodding
presents.
off like a little bit, and his eyes are like half closed. And everyone was like, Adrian, go to sleep. Go to your bed and lay the fuck down. And Adrian was like, no, because then I'm going to miss the conversation. Like,
Because I would. I wasn't wrong.
like the FOMO was so real. And you were like battling your demons, just trying to stay awake.
I would have battled them all night.
Oh, man.
I
It's
would
so
have
funny.
slammed my face into that table trying to battle them.
Wait, are either of you going to be at PaxU?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I'll get to see you in person again.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. You gonna be there all weekend?
Yes.
Okay, good. Me too.
I still
I'm
need to
so
do
excited.
some figuring out what we're gonna do planning wise, but
Yeah.
we'll be there. We've got the room. I've got to get the plane ticket for myself, and then after that we're pretty good, pretty golden. Oh, and then ticket, but we'll be there.
Yeah.
Buy it or media pass. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm waiting too. I submitted mine not as early as I should have, so I have
I
a
feel
feeling
like that too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I have a
Adrian
feeling
and I have
I'm
had
gonna be waiting for a bit.
No, Adrian and I had this conversation literally yesterday because the first round went out, and I was like, no, I think we applied really late, and like
Yep.
just reminding myself that it's late.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that too, like seeing the first round go out and then checking my email, and I'm like, I haven't
Mm-hmm.
gotten
And then
anything
watching
yet.
like the second or third round go out, and you're checking your emails, and I'm like,
What did I
ah,
do?
no, I don't
Yeah.
want to spend that money. Free, give me free.
But hey, it's a lesson for next year. I'm definitely going to end up submitting my application as soon as they open up. Because
Yeah.
I was not made to wait. Like, I am
Oh.
gnawing at the bars of my enclosure, but I have no other option than to
Mm-hmm,
wait.
mm-hmm.
And I hate it. I hate it. It's awful.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
I
0
do
out of 10.
feel like we applied at the same time this year that we did last year. Cuz we were not on the ball for any, cuz we were like, yeah, let's go to Gen Con. And then everyone was like, no, you got to go to PAX Unplugged. And so we are like, cool, we'll go to PAX Unplugged. And like that's literally how it went. And we applied as soon as we got back. And maybe we heard later. I don't know.
We can just check our emails from last year. But also, it was a different time of year, so like a 2-week thing. So we just gotta. Anyways,
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
it is what it
We're
is.
all waiting. But regardless of what happens, we're going to be there.
Yeah.
And it's going
Yes.
to be fun.
It's gonna be great.
And
Yeah.
if we don't take a picture in person, I will cry. And that is a threat.
Yay!
Threat heard.
Oh my
We're so
gosh,
good at
Yudi's
that.
gonna
We're so good at
cry.
pictures. No, we can't make Yuri. Yuri, you know what? No. I do want to make Yuri cry. Okay? I do.
A hit.
Do you want to know why?
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 I want to see that fucking eyeliner game that you have, and I want to see how strong
It's
it is.
waterproof.
It's so good. If there's anything, dear listener, that you need to take away from this conversation, it's that Yuri has the best eyeliner game from anywhere. Hands down.
I thought
So.
that was actually one of my. It's become a core memory for me at Gen Con during that first, the Anjali's interview, where
Mm-hmm.
after we were done, and we were saying our thank yous, and she was like, oh my gosh, I love your eyeliner. Like, I have never really been able to do it myself. I struggle. Um, and so getting that compliment from Anjali was like, all right, core memory.
Save that
I
forever.
Yeah, I was
Put it in
like,
the heart.
the con hasn't even started because this was Wednesday in the middle of the damn day.
Yes.
I'm like, the con
Mm-hmm.
hasn't even started, and this is it. This is all I needed. I'm done. I can fly home now. Goodbye.
Grabbing the dice and getting out of here
I'm
with
just
bank
grabbing my
account
little goodie
intact.
bag. I spent so much money. And the thing about flying to cons
Mm-hmm.
is
Yes.
there is only a certain amount of space in your luggage.
Oh
And
no. You were me last
I
year.
Remember that.
I clearly, my brain was not working while I was walking the floor at Gen Con. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Look at this, so cool. And I bought some board games, which come in cardboard boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, especially the games that are like $60-$90, are like huge because they come with pieces and all sorts of things. And I got them and I was so happy and I was so excited. And then I get back to the Airbnb and set my bag down and then look at my luggage bag, and it barely fucking closed in the first place because I overpack. Not ashamed about it. I 100% pack entirely too much. And then it sort of hit me like, oh, fuck. How am I going to... I did not think this through at all. I didn't think it through at all. And it was intense trying to... I took everything out, put more things into my carry-on, and trying to Tetris everything, took things out of their packaging so they would fit. I had to throw so much packaging, and I felt so bad because it's like I would have loved to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
At the end I was like, I could have just done that thing where you mail it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think about that until after I had, Tetrised most of it in there. And I'm like, I went through so much trouble to get this shit to fit. I'm not going to take it back out. This is, you know what? Consequences of my actions. This is what we're doing. But yeah, and I could not like open my bag because everything would just sort of pop out, like, you know, those the little jacks. But yeah, I learned my lesson. 100% learned my lesson. And anything else I do buy, I'm gonna look at the size or mail it to myself. Because, yeah, it was stressful as hell.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
Oh,
Worth it.
100%. I did spend too much money, though. Did you guys buy anything?
I don't think I bought too much. I was too busy being a ball full of stress and trying to make sure my cosplay was working out and
Which they
sweating.
looked so great, though. They
Thank
looked
you.
so great. I'm so happy you just edited, like, cosplay. I hope you got pictures in them, too.
I got... Ooh,
Oh my gosh.
I got some pictures, just not like posing or anything. It was just I was with Alex. My mustache is white.
I got some pose
And then
pictures of
The Porco Rosso, yes. You got the
Yes.
Porco Rosso one with pose. That was good.
yeah.
And I wore that thing all day.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hot. It's not Texas hot. It's still hot though.
Yeah.
I don't know how
it's
people were
humid.
talking to me. Yeah. Yeah. Talking to me at the end of the day at the lobby because I felt kind of gross to be honest, but I'm like, if I go home, I'm never coming back. This is my only
Yeah.
chance. It's the FOMO. I just got it bad.
It's real
You
bad.
do got it bad.
I just love hanging out with everybody. It was a good time. It was a great time. Can't wait to do the same thing at PaxU. I'm so glad we already got our room stuff situated because having like even like I also felt bad for Johnny having to kind of figure out that 10th spot that we never really got to fill. I tried, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Things kept falling apart, which is, it's just how it is. But I was like kind of worried about Johnny. But Johnny was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Just, we'll deal with it afterwards. So
Yeah.
Johnny's good people. Johnny, I said like, hey, I feel bad for my guy falling through. So I gave him the 10th amount of money just to Johnny. And he's like, don't worry about it. And just sent it right back. I'm like... We'll split it later. I'm like, okay,
What
fine.
a good human.
He's a good egg. Yeah, absolutely. And it's also, I feel like the FOMO is so much stronger, like, when you're there. And I get it. Because it's like, you only do that, like, once a year, maybe twice a year, where you'll get to see everyone and have these experiences and sit and talk to them in person. And, and so it's like, well, I only get to do this twice a year, so I want to squeeze the lemon dry, my dude. Like, get as much out of it as I can. Spend as much time with them as I can. I don't want to miss anything because then it's going to be half a year until I get to see them again. If that, because not everyone goes to multiple cons a year. Yeah. There are people that I'm going to be seeing once a year, And so it makes sense. Like, yeah, I get it. Just, get enough sleep. Goddamn.
Yeah, my dude.
Never. If I go to sleep, my friends aren't in my dreams. They're still awake.
What? You don't dream about your friends? Amateur.
How dare.
It's not like I'm dreaming of other things. Usually it's just a nice inky blackness and wake up, but
It's just me in the void.
Yeah.
That how it be.
Chilling.
Just me in
Every
the void,
day I
just
don't have a
chillin'.
dream, I'm like, that's how dying would have been. Just not knowing. Like, what the fuck, Adrian?
Nothingness. Just the black. Jesus.
Like, that's nice.
You know
that's
what?
Kinda nice.
You
Just,
need therapy.
Like, peace. I know. It's on my list.
It's on your
on my list of things.
to-dos. Yeah, like eventually I need to get this sorted out.
Dental, medical, and then maybe therapy. But also right now I'm doing like personal trainer, so I don't need therapy. I'm getting stronger. I'll fight my demons this way.
You'll physically fight them.
Yes. Yeah, it's fine. If I'm too tired after a workout to think about the demons, then they don't exist. That's how
That's
that
true.
works, right?
You know what? You're right.
That is one way to deal with it. Yep.
I'm just like my ex who just pushed down her demons all the time. Just it just
Jesus.
happens. She'll admit it. She's like, "Nah, I'm gonna drink through this." I'm like, "All right, that's the Irish in your blood."
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
That's
We
insane. Yeah, it's
drank
telling of me.
talking about drinking. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
Totally not
I don't
me.
know.
I didn't have any alcohol.
No, never.
Not at all.
Quite the saint, a teetotaler, if you will, of a person.
I remember I think it was Mr. Dandy DM who was like, "Hey, uh are you drunk?" And I was like, "Yes, why?" And he's like, "When you're drunk, you sound like an anime character."
Yes.
I was
Yep.
like, "Oh my god, no, I'm not. No, I don't. I'm over here trying to make my voice all deep and stuff." Um,
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to air
you
that
were
out.
thinking it too. I know
was
you were.
thinking it.
But yeah, no, like it's so funny because I don't have like a low voice to begin with, but my voice will like pitch up like parallel to the amount of alcohol I've had.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's all
That's
those
that's a
vapors
thing.
just
It's
raising out
mm,
the blood alcohol levels.
but oh man. It was so much fun that first night we stayed out, I think till on Saturday we stayed out till like 4 or 5. And most of it was
Yeah.
just talking. Again, with like
Yeah.
people you only get to see once a year, you know? So it's like nobody wanted to call
Be
quits
the
on
one
the
to.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nobody wanted to be the one to be like, "All right, well, have to go to bed. We'll, maybe see you tomorrow, maybe not see you till next year."
Right.
And so everybody was like trying to keep the conversation going so that we wouldn't have an excuse to stand up and go to bed, you know?
Yeah. Like leaving like the last day where we're leaving the apartment, we say bye to those people, and then we took an Uber together, and then we said bye at the
At the
airport,
airport.
and I'm just like, oh shit, well, that was the last person I'm saying bye to until
Yeah.
I see them again.
Yeah.
Very
Feels bad,
melancholy.
man. It really
Yeah.
does. It's so bittersweet. Because on one
Mm-hmm.
side, man, I miss my bed. Right?
Oh,
And on the
yeah,
other
my
side,
floor bed
it's like,
was pretty okay. Mid.
yeah, it's like, fuck, but I don't want to like leave. But also, I'm
Mm-hmm.
really tired and I need sleep, you know? So
Yeah.
it's so bittersweet every time. Um, But yeah, so it's just,
And we'll see each
it's
other
one of
soon, though.
those things, yeah,
So
that even
soon.
though it's so, like, you're so tired by the end of it, like, I'm always really, really glad I did it, you know? It's just one of those things. Um, and that's how a lot of things are, which is why I try to, like, not say no to things, because it
Mm-hmm.
usually ends up being that way. Of, like, I haven't really regretted, like, doing something, but I have regretted not doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What a magical way to end the podcast.
I'm gonna cry.
We're at that time.
Shut up.
I'm so sorry.
What are you saying?
That was your cue.
That's my cue. I know
Yeah,
it's
I
my
softballed
cue.
to that too.
I
I
know.
went, boop.
Yuri, where can they find you?
Here. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. A
Dreams.
third member.
Hey, this is how we announce it. Permanently saying, "What's up?"
What's up?
No, but y'all can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere on the interwebs. Thankfully, the name wasn't really taken anywhere, so I got to keep the same name for everything. I do not have my own channel, but I bully my friends into letting me play on their channels. So you can really find me just sort of sprinkled and spread out throughout the internet. I always have a lot of things going on. My friends like to ask me to be in things 2 days before they happen. And so, not calling anyone out or anything, but
No.
if you want to find out what I'm doing, definitely just check out my socials. And that's where I post everything as it comes. And that is me.
Thank
Nice,
you,
thank
dear
you.
listener, for joining us on another episode of Dungeons and Degrees. You can find us wherever pods are cast, so be sure to like, subscribe, share them with your friends, enemies, your one former friend that may have turned into like a golem-like creature after they like murdered another friend for like a ring or whatever, right? You can also find us at patreon.com/Dungeons and Degrees and on all social medias at Dungeon and Degrees.
Thank you so much for listening. My name's Adrian.
And I'm Alex.
And I was Yuri.
Go have some fun.